Okay, so if you saw me cut a little bit of the meat there and put it away, not in the batch I want to make, is because as you could see probably if you wind back, the meat had a lot of connective tissue, and while that is not a problem, you can still use that. I wanna try and make it very tender this time, okay? And I wanna try and have the least amount of collagen when I fucking chew the beef jerky, okay? Because what happens usually is you just, even with like cold cuts and dry cured hams, okay, what happens is that you start chewing, and if you keep chewing, you will remain with this connective tissue gum, okay? It's kind of annoying, so I'm not trying to do that. I'm gonna let this rest in the fridge for as much time as it takes, and this is the drying process. To make beef jerky you need no fancy equipment, like in reality you fucking need nothing, okay? If you want to speed it up, you want to have it ready by tomorrow, you can use the oven with the fan option. Lowest temperature your oven can handle, usually it is 50 degrees Celsius, and you leave it overnight with the meat in there, and that usually does the job. Roughly space them apart so that they don't touch is usually recommended. And yeah, you can put it in the oven overnight, 8 hours, should be dry enough. What's the size? It doesn't really matter, okay? You will get used to it with time, you just practice, okay? But if it is the first time, you can make it as thick as you want, as thin as you want. It doesn't really change much, okay? It's just up to preferences, and it's always a good beef jerky at the end of the day. Now I'm gonna put it in the fridge, and that's another way of drying the meat. If you have more time, I have to leave tomorrow, so I won't be home for like a day, and I don't give a fuck. It will stay there for like maybe a week, and then it will be very dry. When it gets a little bit drier, or some of the moisture evaporates, I'm gonna actually move it around so that it doesn't touch each other, because that's kind of what was happening there, and it's gonna dry even faster, but that's the whole process, okay? I'm gonna dry it in the fridge. Yes, the fridge is a low humidity environment where the water will be sucked away from the meat, essentially, okay? Very in a nutshell, very unprofessionally told, that's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna dry it in the fridge. That's what I'm gonna be doing today. And yeah, I'll make another video in a few days when I think that's making progress. So thank you for watching, see you in a few days, bye bye. Alright, so it's been a little bit over a week, I think, or maybe a week. A lot of time has passed, and I've left these here, okay, in the fridge. I'm gonna take it out and see and show you how they look like. Look at that. So I did eat some of them. As you can see, there is less than expected. How did it feel like? I mean, yeah. So surely the more time passes, the harder it will get. That's to be expected, but okay. I heard my phone ringing, and yeah, it took longer than I expected. If I could do it all over again, I think I would have put the meat, the fresh meat, a little bit in the oven. Right when I finished cutting it and setting it on a tray, if I could go back, I would put it in the oven at low temperature with the fan on, like I explained before, to just give it a little bit of a heads up, you know. Other than that, it's pretty good. Maybe a little bit too dry at this point, but it's very savory, and it was completely effortless to prepare. Yeah, again, very fucking dry. If you want this to be softer, maybe don't let it like cold dry in the fridge, use the oven method. Dries out the exterior a little bit faster, and probably keeps the fibers a little bit less tightened, if that makes sense. But these are like a base principle. Just wanted to show you that if you keep like beef in the fridge, that is enough to dry out the meat. As you can see, it's like completely dried out. I didn't do anything to it. I didn't cook it, I didn't put it in a dehydrator. all I did was putting in the fridge, and this is enough to, yeah, dry the meat. So just wanted to show you that. Yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. If you want this to be tastier, you can marinate the meat in like, not even marinate, just sprinkle in some soy sauce or sprinkle, just put it in a bath of soy sauce, fucking vinegar if you want. Some people put like honey or sugar. I'm not for that stuff, but yeah, I want to go for the super simple salt. And but yeah, if you want to make this better, you can either wet it with some soy sauce or any seasoning you want, paprika, I don't fucking know, man. Or you can straight up marinate it like for overnight or for a few hours in like lemon juice or vinegar, whatever you want. It will take up the flavors of it. Yeah, so this is how I made beef jerky without any dehydrator and any fancy equipment, just like a fucking beef and a fridge. I mean, the only fancy equipment, to be honest, was this rack. You can use a plate and a few chopsticks, like, not chopsticks, I mean also chopsticks, I'm almost meaning like, fuck. Like a plate and these things here, like these wooden sticks. Yeah, just fucking come up with your own shit, okay? Be creative. But yeah, this is an option. If you want to do that, you can do that. Thank you for watching. Smash. Bye bye.